I am often asked, how did you get to where you are as an entertainer? And I'll tell you that. Before I tell you that, I would like to tell you that I have a Patreon, and with your support, I can continue to create amazing content like this. Now, let's get to the story.
I just want to entertain face, man. I just want to melt faces.
I was no stranger to entertainment, nor was I a stranger to fandom, but what I was a stranger to was not being productive. I wound up in a G4 community by blessings of the internet and a little old website called StickCam. You may have heard of it, went under a lot of fire because people were exposing their genitalia. I ran a StickCam room, which was a fanboy room of the G4 TV network. Ultimately, that led to a community called the Nerdiest Kids. The Nerdiest Kids was this idea I had. I realized, as we are all friends of this tech gaming nerd network G4, we're also very talented. There were people all over the United States, all over the world that wanted to do something and wanted to be a part of something. As I am a person who had love for media and also wanted to be a part of something, we created something and we created something together. G4 Television would have contests, and you go to their website and you upload your content, and I was not only consistent in the G4 community where they would have StickCam chats before their hit show, Attack of the Show, and their hit show, X-Play, I got to meet my heroes. I got to interact with my heroes and have intelligent conversation, and that really motivated me to create content. And as a G4 stan, I pretty much entered every last single competition they put on the screen. One of the competitions that served me before I broke.
This is FLitz, by the way. And, and when you think Philadelphia, you might think Rocky Balboa or Benjamin Franklin, but I think most people around here think FLitz, right?
They came to my house. It was a beautiful time. Friends from all sorts of Philly suburbs and Philly hoods inside of my house connected because a national television show decided it wanted to travel and end up in my living room. And from that moment of being in my living room, staring down those cameras and feeling completely natural, that was probably when I really knew where I was supposed to be.
No, I will give it a 5-finger discount out of 5. Yes. I like
There you have it. All 5 fingers taken. The new Cannon Power Shot, FLitz and Mama.
Attack of the Show, weeknights at 7, only on
G4 TV's video viewer mail sessions. They called out to the communities. They said, send in a video viewer mail where you talk about G-cycling. As I started looking into G-cycling, I realized this is bigger than just me asking a question.
Hey guys, it's FLitz. You know, every day I'm asked by people who think I work at G4,
hey FLitz, what is this G-cycling about?
In making this piece of spec art, the president of the G4 TV network saw my video and decided, hey, let's get that kid out here so he can experience his first E3 and Comic-Con and other things I really did not expect.
I'm in a line for Batman somewhere near midnight, and I'm gonna run up and down the line and figure out what has these Bat fans goo-goo for Gotham. I am standing here with Kent Nichols and Douglas Sarine, the guys that have brought you Ask a Ninja.
I done got flown to LA, y'all. I'm staying in a hotel. I'm getting per diem checks. Before that, I didn't even know what a per diem check was. I looked at my per diem check and thought it was my paycheck. I cashed that joint quick. And you know what I bought? You know what I bought? I bought diesel jeans at the Beverly Center. Covering E3 was one of the most mind-breaking. This was my first time in LA, and this is my first time getting to go to E3, an empty-ass E3. I got to really see how some of the people who I really appreciate their work on camera. Then there was... You wanna know what hotel I stayed in at my very first San Diego Comic-Con experience? I stayed in the Hard Rock, baby. I was rolling in it. It had one bed in the room and a shower with glass walls. Walking the floor of Comic-Con, walking the floor of E3, because I created content, was one of the most amazing experiences in my life. Such a great experience that when I went back to Philly, I got gruesomely depressed. And one of the things I do when I'm gruesomely depressed is create. Before we continue, I would like to take this break to tell you about my Patreon. Yes, I have a Patreon where I want to create content for you. I want to create amazing, creative, imaginative content that not only takes you out of your own bubble, but inspires you to create your absolute own universe. And with your support, with your help, I can absolutely do that. Thank you. I don't want to stay in Philly. there's something else calling out to me. So I performed. I performed heavily. I performed hard. And I saved up as much money as I could, and I moved out to LA with $2,000 in my account and
Nowhere to live and nowhere to work. I have a month.
And my homie Keen, Little Orphans, MC, she said you can sleep on my couch. Keen as a godsend was a God-blessed godsend. Yeah, I said it. It's the opposite of goddamn. God bless it, I tell you. Yes, she was. By the grace of Keen, I got to live in LA. I was sleeping on the couch. I didn't have no plan. I didn't have any plan. I just knew what I wanted to do. I was reaching in every last single direction. So Keen introduced me to, wait for it, Be Real from Cypress Hill. Ain't that a bitch? Yes, she did.
Right here, Be Real TV. You got all the back seats, stage shit, all that stuff. I can barely talk right now.
Hanging out and helping Be Real was a different kind of experience because I had to utilize everything that I knew and everything that I knew to help him get his brand where he wanted it to be. Just like everything that I did while I was in Philly, I was editing video, I was shooting video, I was creating content. And while I was doing that in Philly, I had no idea that everything that I was doing, everything that I loved, would be something that would be preparing me for what I would be doing for a legend. During my time in LA, I was always aspiring to working at G4. Hello? Hello?
Hey, nigga, what you doing?
I'm vlogging.
Here's what my top right, keep it on shine.
So this ancient site called Craigslist, and it was used to find a couch to live on, or a job, or sex trafficking. On that website, there was a position. That job position was real. It was too good to be real. Too real to be true. What the fuck? Well, I dismissed it. One of my friends did not. And that friend was Joshua Oven me. Evanshire.
I'll see myself out.
Yeah, fine. You smell nice.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Amra Ricketts, more commonly known as FLitz, and this is my application video for Mahalo video games.
At Mahalo Video Games, which I completely redesigned the logo for a modern generation because before that it was a flower, but when you have a predominantly male audience, you need something that is just a bit more electric, and I gave them this. Which was perfectly okay for the vice president of the thing, but Asin Kalakani didn't like it, so he wanted to change it back to this. And now that company's dead. I'm sure it has nothing to do with us who thrived. The alumni of Mahalo Video Games, Joshua Evan Ovenshire, Sohinki, Lasercorn, who earned his name Lasercorn at Mahalo Video Games, along with Danielle, Wes, Unruly, Andrea Renee, Matt Robb, Anthony Falleroni, John Ryan of IGN, Chad Neat. We were the go-getters. We were the ones who really wanted to create content. As the Mahalo ship sank, the Mahalo crew members started finding new places to be. I'm freelance for a bit, staying afloat. I wind up at Collective Digital Studios under a new project called headed up by Matt Robb. On the other side of the country existed 3 or 4 boys you may know by the name of Sohinki, Lasercorn, and Jojin, Jevin, Jaijin, and Wes, and they were a part of Clever Games. While at Node, Matt Robb, who is an amazing producer, had a great idea. The 2 largest video game channels on YouTube, who are very popular and influential, competing with each other. In comes the Smosh Node Olympics, with an X, because with a C, the actual Olympics will try to sue you.
In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
This was the start to me bridging into becoming a member of Smosh Games. And that story I'll save for another time. So to answer your question, how did I get here? Honestly, to me, it's simple. I took the steps to get to where I wanted to be. If there was something I wanted to be a part of, I put in the work to be seen and to be a part of that thing. I didn't sit by and hope. You have to take the steps. And it's by the grace of friends that I continue to be in LA today. It's why I'm absolutely thankful. It's why I am who I am. You find your path and you continue to be your best self. Your path will help you along. I'm 10 years in LA, man. It's up to everything you call it. It's up to God. It's up to the universe, the cosmos, karma, all of it. The point is, it's not going to work for you if you don't move. That's the biggest step. How did I get through all of that? How did I get to this point?
What may be a small inconvenience to us as individuals can become a major problem to all the people around the world. So we just need to start thinking of better solutions. Dude, come on.